Hello and welcome to Symphony Notes, the video news series from the Annapolis Symphony Orchestra. My name is Patrick Nugent, and the purpose of this series is to get you a little look behind the scenes and under the tent at the Annapolis Symphony Orchestra. Today, though, we're going to talk about something that's in front of the scenes, way in front of the scenes. It's one of the most interesting events of the entire Annapolis Symphony year. And here to talk with me about this event is Michael Kurtz. Michael's a member of our board, and he's going to tell us about the Concert of Tastes. So, Michael, just begin with the basics. When is the event and where is the event?
The Concert of Tastes this year will be May 19th, and it'll be at the Chesapeake Bay Foundation, which is located at 6 Herndon Avenue in Bay Ridge, and it's from 5 to 8 p.m.
Okay, so this event is sponsored by the Friends of the Annapolis Symphony Orchestra, which we call FASO, as in Faso La Ti Do. They're a terrific organization. Michael, tell us a little bit more about FASO and your involvement with them.
Well, I've been privileged to be on the board of FASO for the last 8 years. For 2 of those, I was president. FASO began in 1964 as a support organization for the symphony. And this will be our 39th annual Concert of Taste. So there's a tradition. Our purpose is to support all the activities and the mission of the Annapolis Symphony Orchestra. Specifically, our fundraising goes to supporting the music education program for youth and adults that's sponsored and put on by the symphony.
So FASO is an organization of volunteers. Talk a little bit more about the kinds of events that they do during the year.
We do a variety of events, and our main goal really is to draw as many people as possible into the symphony family. And so we have a membership of about 200 people, and we put on a variety of events really for the entire community. In addition to the Concert of Taste, we have an event called Champagne Sunday, which we have once a year at somebody's home, gardens, the kind of a spring sort of event. This year we're going to have a picnic at Great Frogs Winery in August. The date hasn't been finally set. We also we put on different kinds of programs such as a music and poetry event, which we do in the fall. Lots of Dine to Donate, where we go to different restaurants, and the restaurants very generously provide a certain proportion of their revenue for the evening to support FASO and the symphony.
So FASO has done a couple of really interesting projects in the last couple of years that are newer for them. Will you talk a little bit about the tour that they have organized each year?
This year we're having our 3rd music tour to Europe. It's led by our maestro, Jose Luis Novo. They're a tremendous amount of fun and really inspiring. The first year we went to Salzburg and Vienna and Prague. Last year we toured Spain. This year, May 23rd, we're heading off to Italy for 10 days or so. And so we go to a variety of musical performances and opera, symphonic performances, chamber music, and we have commentary and education from Jose Luis, and we have about 35 people go on these, so they're small, and work with a wonderful company, Classical Movement, so it's very first rate. Next year, we're thinking of something different for the summer, going to Western music festivals in the United States. So there'll be more on that as we develop that concept.
Okay. So Jose Luis Novo, the music director, goes on those tours.
Yes.
What difference does his presence make? What does he do?
He really opens our eyes and our mind to understand what we're going to hear, what's behind the music, what's involved in the composition, the creation of it, the way it's performed by different conductors, different orchestras. So we really tap into his wealth of knowledge, which is really stupendous. And of course, he's a friendly and very charming man, so we get a lot of commentary in addition to the music discussion, and so it's very, very enjoyable.
So for an organization whose purpose is raising money for the Annapolis Symphony, what are you doing gallivanting about Europe?
Well, Part of the package for each person who goes on the tour is a contribution to the Annapolis Symphony.
Built into the ticket price.
Absolutely, into the cost of the package. And it's been very successful that way. And we raised approximately $35,000 a trip. And so it's a wonderful way to make a donation and a great experience.
And the coming tour is leaving when?
It's leaving May 23rd.
And it has been sold out since when?
About October.
Right. So,
Yes.
these tours sell out very, very early, and I
Yes,
think
they
this
do.
year it was sold out before we were even very clear what the itinerary was going to be.
It was a very popular tour.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was indeed. And so there's a third project which FASO undertook this year, the painted violins. Will you tell us
Right.
about that a little bit?
That was an initiative that was led by our president, Stephen Sotak, and the board worked on it, and it was a great success. We found 10 instruments, violins, in bad condition, and got them basically refurbished. 10 local artists donated their time and their talent to decorating these violins. They were absolutely beautiful. And we sold tickets. I know I bought a great deal trying to get one particular violin. Didn't work for me, but it worked out for someone else. And it was designed to support the scholarship program from the Annapolis Symphony Academy, and which is a relatively new initiative of the symphony, and providing education and training in violins and other instruments too. It's led by our concertmaster, Nadi Drablight, and so it's really going great guns. One of the most important parts of that is that there is a scholarship program to support those who are not able to afford the tuition, and that was the purpose of the painted violins, was to raise money for that, and we raised over $24,000 for that initiative. So it was greatly successful.
And so between the regular events, the tour, and the painted violins, FASO has raised nearly $80,000 this year for the education programs at the Annapolis Symphony Orchestra.
Yes.
So part of my job today is to say thank you and your fellow FASO members for doing all that. And it's also to emphasize that as an organization, FASO has the ability to leverage really modest, ordinary effort and contribution towards a very large, as a group, FASO is one of the very largest contributors to the Annapolis Symphony.
Yes.
So Concert of Tastes, where does it take place or what is its place in this pantheon of activity?
It's our premier event each year.
Okay.
And as I mentioned, this is our 39th year doing it. It features some wonderful music. It will feature delicious food. But the thing I really want to kind of start with is the building itself. The Chesapeake Bay headquarters is a fascinating building. It's reputed to be perhaps the greenest building on the planet. And so it's intriguing. There's a lot to learn about the building. Where we'll be having the Concert of Taste is a beautiful location directly overlooking the Chesapeake Bay. You can walk on the beach and just relax. It's just going to be, I think, a magical evening and a lot of fun.
And how might someone get tickets for this event?
Well, the tickets are $90 per person, and you can go online to the AnnapolisSymphony.org, and you would just, we're on the front page of the website. You just click on and view both details about the event as well as purchasing tickets.
Okay. And is there, apart from the music, is there any other special activity during Concert of Taste that people should be aware of?
Well, several things. First of all, we're fortunate to have an open bar provided by Portac, which is located in the Bay Hill Shopping Center in Arnold. They have supported us for 39 years, so it's a remarkable partnership. We will have a variety of delicious food. We'll have steaks, sushi, a seafood boil. We'll have Italian and Chinese and Indian food, oysters on the half shell. So we'll have approximately a dozen restaurants providing their finest food for us. We'll have also intriguing items because we'll have a live auction and also a silent auction and a raffle. I think one of the highlights in the live auction is a trip. The winner of this auction would be able to choose between going to St. Thomas, Belize, Cabo San Lucas, and Costa Rica. So really fabulous. It would be a trip for up to 8 people, so friends or family could kind of gather and go together, share the cost. So that's going to be one of our really premier items. We'll have art from local artists such as Nancy Hammond. We'll have, for those who are athletic, such as myself, a croquet match and lunch, so that would be fine. A chance to have dinner with Jose Luis Novo and with Nadi Dryblade. And so we'll have just many items. Jewelry, season passes to Colonial Players. We'll have tickets for the opera. Tickets provided generously by the Annapolis Symphony for the opening night celebration, September 27th and 28th, and tickets for that concert. So it was a great deal. That's just a sampling of the intriguing items we have for the auctions.
So, Michael, you used to be the president of FASO, and you're now on the board of the symphony. Tell us just a little bit about how you got involved with the symphony to begin with.
Well, my wife and I, Shuri and I, we were subscribers for some number of years. We both worked in Washington and College Park, so we would come to the symphony, but not really engaged. Enjoyed the performances greatly. Anna Greenberg reached out to me, asked me as I was getting ready to retire from the National Archives if I wanted to join the FASO board. One never says no to Anna. And so it's been a delight for me to be on the board. It's just been a marvelous experience. So I really encourage people to join FASO. You can go online to the Annapolis Symphony website, go to the section that says Get Involved, click on Friends, and there you are.
Good, thank you. I want to talk just a little bit about the particular programs that FASO supports at the Annapolis Symphony. You've mentioned the Annapolis Symphony Academy. Their website is tunedtoyouth.org, and there's lots of information there about that very exciting project. But we do a number of other things. Today and tomorrow, as a matter of fact, we have our annual concerts for school children. We bring mostly second and third graders from Anne Arundel County Public Schools, some private schools, some homeschoolers, to a concert that's designed specially for them. It's a concert with the Annapolis Symphony Orchestra, but we usually bring in an outside artist. So this year it's Bob Brown Puppets, and they're performing together Camille Saint-Saëns' Carnival of the Animals. It's great fun. In previous years, we've had the Magic Circle Mime Company. We've had a group called Really Inventive Stuff, and the best I can say is that all their stuff is really inventive. You just have to see it. Many folks know about the Beethoven Lives Upstairs program. They were with us one year. So these concerts are designed for second, third, fourth graders. That's kind of the target. And then the Saturday of this week is our family concert this coming Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. So that's one of the programs that FASO supports. We do charge for that, but they're a very small amount of money. And I will note that Elville and Associates and the Elville Center for the Creative Arts, which is providing this video, also makes it possible for children from Title I schools to come to those school concerts, and they're marvelous. In addition to that, we have our music van in which our musicians go out and visit third grade classrooms at the end of the school year and demonstrate their instruments to the students and let the instruments try the students out, because when they come back at the beginning of fourth grade is when they have an opportunity then to choose the instrument that they will study. And contact with a real musician really playing it, the instrument right in front of them, can often be a magical moment for a student. Finally, we have a program called the Performing and Visual Arts Partnership with Bates Middle School, where our musicians provide coaching and master classes and classroom support for the orchestra and band classes. Bates is a performing and visual arts magnet school, so this is a really special opportunity for kids who are devoted to music to get some support from our symphony musicians. So these are the programs that Concert of Tastes and all the other FASO programming is supporting. Is there anything else you'd like to say to us about Concert of Taste before we say goodbye?
I would say that there's limited space, And so I encourage people to go online today and get their tickets. It will be a great evening.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, Concert of Tastes at the Chesapeake Bay Foundation at 6 Herndon Avenue, Sunday, May 19th, 5 to 8 p.m. Tickets at AnnapolisSymphony.org. This has been Symphony Notes, which is produced through the generosity of the Elville Center for the Creative Arts. My name is Patrick Nugent. I'm Executive Director of the Annapolis Symphony. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.